Hey, yo, what up, internet? I got a story for you guys today, and it's a doozy. It's got a real plot twist in it, and it's hilarious to me. So, it all has to do with my computer that I'm recording this on, and my problems that I've had with this computer. I bought this computer back in 2021 off this website called buildredo.com. And I paid $3,200 for a top-of-the-line, spec'd-out computer. I'm not the most tech-savvy person. Like, I don't know how to put a computer together, but I do know the parts of a computer. I just don't know how to troubleshoot them and how to fix them. But I've had this computer for 5 years now, and it's been giving me some troubles lately. It's been randomly freezing on me for a while now, for like over a year, but I just kind of dealt with it because it didn't happen that often. But it would freeze on me whenever I'm trying to turn my computer on. It would just like randomly freeze, and then it wouldn't freeze anymore. Or whenever I'd be editing videos, it would freeze on me. And it was rather annoying. But I noticed whenever I was live streaming, whenever I had Streamlabs open, my computer would not freeze on me. And I just thought that it was funny. And I didn't know what the culprit was of why it was freezing. But something was going on with my computer and I needed to fix it. But I was just kind of procrastinating with it. I was like, I'll just deal with it. It's whatever. But a month ago, I needed an update for my graphics card drivers to play my games. So I update my drivers, and then after I updated my drivers, I restarted my computer, and I went to go play Valorant, my main game, and I made a video about it. All the gameplay was weird. It was like totally crashing on me. It was unplayable. And I was like, okay, that's really weird. And it kept doing it to me. And then I was like, all right, well, let me try some other games and see if maybe this is my graphics card. And sure enough, I tried Call of Duty and I tried Hearthstone. And both of them were crashing on me. They just weren't working. So I knew the culprit had to be this graphics card update. And I emailed Riot Games, the developers of Valorant, and I get in touch with their support system, and they recommended for me to reboot my computer. A safe boot, I think is what it's called. And I did that, and my whole computer started acting really weird, and I had to reinstall Windows. And thankfully, I had ChatGPT that helped me through the step-by-step with all this, because this was a lot that I had to go through. And then after I get my Windows back online, after dealing with my freezing PC so many times, I finally get back into Windows and I re-download all my games. I re-download Streamlabs, and Call of Duty was working perfectly fine, and Hearthstone was working perfectly fine. But when I played Valorant, it felt like almost playable. Like I could still play the game okay, but it was micro stuttering. That's the best way I can describe it. It felt like it was a little choppy. And if you're a Valorant player, you would know this wasn't typical smooth Valorant gameplay. It was a little off. So from there, I email Riot again, and I tell them that something's going on with Valorant. And really, the problem was staring right in my face, but I'll get there in just a moment. Because it dawned on me that what could be occurring is a hardware problem with my computer. And I am not the most tech-savvy individual, so I wanted to take my computer to get repaired by someone. And thankfully, we have a computer repair business here in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, called 9Tech. And the guy who runs it's name's Twan. And I went by Twan, and I was telling him about what was going on with my computer and how it was randomly freezing on me at times, and that was a problem that I felt like could be something to do with my hardware. But I was telling him about how my games were running on my computer still, but my main game was having problems. And he told me that he's not the biggest gamer. Like, he's not good at troubleshooting games per se on computers, but he's good at troubleshooting computers. So he told me to bring my computer in. And last Wednesday, I brought my computer into him. And from there, he calls me that day. It was Wednesday. And he told me that when he booted up my computer, one of my fans was not working in the cooling system, and that could cause some problems with overheating. And he told me he would fix it. And then another problem, he said, was my computer was freezing a lot for him. And it wouldn't freeze for me that often, but it would freeze. I knew what he was talking about. My computer had been freezing for a while now. And he told me that he did more troubleshooting, and he found out that it was my processor, which is a pretty expensive part on the computer. But I was relieved to hear him finally troubleshoot what was going on with my computer. So Twan fixes my computer. He orders me a new processor, which cost about $260, and he replaced the fan in my cooling system. And altogether, he charged me $350, which I think is phenomenal for his work, for his time and energy, and for him looking at the computer and fixing it for what it is. I think that it's great. And he also installed Windows 11 to my computer. And I had been getting this annoying notification on my computer for the past year telling me to update to Windows 11, and I would try to, and it wouldn't let me. It was weird. So I was so thankful that he fixed my computer and he got me Windows 11. It was clutch. And I will forever go to him if I have any problems with my computer. He's awesome. And well, I get my computer back yesterday, Tuesday. And I am so eager to live stream, to get up in front of the camera and make content, to game and try to get some cool clips and make some videos, right? But what I was really looking forward to was seeing Valorant run, because what's funny is even with my faulty processor, when my computer was freezing at times, all my games ran buttery smooth. So Valorant would run perfectly fine a month ago with this processor that wasn't working well. And I knew that Twan fixing my computer would not necessarily mean that Valorant was going to run well. And sure enough, I boot up Valorant and it's micro stuttering again. It's not playing perfectly smooth. And it feels like a frames issue. Like my FPS is stuttering. Like something's going on with my graphics side of things or with my monitor. Something's going on. And I emailed Riot Games again, and they gave me more troubleshooting advice, and none of it worked. And I was just thinking, and it was really frustrating me, like, oh, this is something so simple to fix. I know it is. Because even with my faulty computer a month ago, the game would work perfectly fine. And sure enough, I talked to ChatGPT about it, and ChatGPT recommends for me to try looking at my monitor refresh rate. And I look at my monitor refresh rate, and my monitor is a 144 hertz monitor. And my monitor refresh rate was at 60 hertz for whatever reason. And I look at that and I go, wow, I believe that's the culprit. And sure enough, I change it to 144 hertz. I boot up Valorant, and boom, just like that, the game's running perfectly smooth. And I just find it hilarious that I went to a computer repairman and fixed my computer up. And all along, my problem was right there, just obviously right in front of my face. I think that it's classic. And I know to some people, this probably sounds like a small thing, a PC issue, a monitor setting, whatever. But to me, it's another chapter in the road to 100T. because I'm trying to build something bigger than just grinding ranked Valorant or playing Super Smash Bros. I want to keep making content, keep streaming on Twitch every day, keep posting on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Snapchat, all of it, and keep documenting this journey as it unfolds in real time. And at the center of all that is Smash for DIPG. That's the bigger mission. That's a huge part of why I'm chasing this dream in the first place, and why I believe I'm going to join 100 Thieves one day, so I can help make Smash for DIPG everything I know it can become. So yeah, this story started out with me trying to figure out why Valorant felt broken, and the answer ended up being right in front of my face the whole time. But that's how the journey goes sometimes. You hit setbacks, you figure things out, and you keep moving. This was day 225 on the road to 100T. My setup is fixed. Now we get back to work.
And I'm feeling good.